when I was 40, I kind of transitioned into this holistic type of medicine 25 years ago. In my 50s, in my 45 and 50, I became a speaker. I went all around the world speaking about functional medicine and hormone replacement and stress. And then 65, that's another one of those points where you start to contemplate. And so I was getting kind of bored and frustrated, kind of tired of talking about hormones. That was kind of old hat for me, even though it's new to some, people now. And I needed some type of spark. And I was just kind of frustrated, having some issues going on. And my wife became frustrated with my frustration. And somehow I saw this YouTube video called Reality Creator, and it's by Quasi. I'm going to have him on my podcast because I credited him with helping me to transform myself. And he was talking about identity shifting, how you can become whoever you want to be, and you can start doing it right now. And I took that course. I mean, I was diligent every morning. I did the activities. I did everything I was supposed to do, and my life changed. And he talked about first how you had to be aware, and then you had to be clear. You had to be clear about what you wanted to do. And the way you do that, you had it to come inside yourself. You had to change yourself. You had to change how you think. You had to change your thoughts. You had to change your behaviors. You needed to do something uncomfortable every day. You need to get over your fears. I went scuba dive. I did all of that stuff. And so what became clear to me is this dream I was having, and this dream I was having that I didn't finish school. I didn't finish Vanderbilt. When I was supposed to graduate, they came to me and said, you missed one of the courses and you're not going to graduate. And that haunted me. I used to have this dream every 2, 3 months, I'd have this dream, and it felt so real. And after taking that course and saying you need to be aware of what your subconscious is telling you, and I was like, you know, I didn't learn quantum physics because it wasn't even a course back then. Is that I think this dream is saying I need to learn quantum physics. And when you quiet your mind, and we're going to talk about that, when you quiet your mind, then things become clear to you. Your purpose can become clear to you. So quantum physics. So I'm going to tell you, I've been on a mad dash to learn quantum physics and the field and all of that. And it is transformative if you understand this. And I'm going to try and get this across, not just in this one video, but with my ageless blueprint. That's what it is all about. It is all about trying to transform you, and trying to do it by understanding quantum physics and how that can control uh, your mind, and that can control your body. So anyway, Joe Dispenza is the man when you talk about quantum physics, and you're talking about quantum physics and how you can use that to heal. And so I took his progressive online course. It was like 17 hours of lectures and meditation. And the one ageless blueprint that I will tell you is that meditation is the key. I am I am so ashamed that I have not been pushing meditation for the first 25, 30 years of my practice. Now I understand how important it is, and the science backs it up. Now that I can understand the field and quantum physics and energy, it all makes sense to me now. And now I can try to explain this, or try to give this to my listeners. Did I freeze?
Yes,
Hello?
you did. But we
Okay.
can still hear you.
Okay, here we go. All right, great. I'll try and do what you did by moving my cursor. All right, so I don't freeze again. Let me stop talking. So let's go to the slide. So Joe Dispenza is the person who talks a lot about quantum physics. I mean, he doesn't just talk about it. He has initiated the scientific research of it, and the scientific research is unbelievable. And we will talk about that. And I'll talk about where you can find out more about this. But anyway, so the healing power of meditation. What if 35 hours of meditation could fundamentally change your biology? And I saw it. I saw it with my own eyes. I saw the testimonials, the video testimonials, the live testimonials. I talked to people that changed in the course of 7 days. All right. So, what we're going to talk about is this 7 day advanced workshop. It was 2,100 people down in Cancun. I mean, it was people from 85 different countries. That's how this movement is expanding. He started in 2003, and now it has become this global movement about energy medicine, how energy can heal, how you can change your energy. And if you change your energy, you will change your biology. And if you change your energy and you change your biology, you can change the course of your future. It says your personality is your personal reality. So some of the things that you think are just your personality, it is a reality that you have actually created. And if you have created your past, you can create your future. That's what his whole idea is, that we are caught up in the habits of our past. We have been doing the same thing, waking up, get your coffee, let your dog out, uh, take a shower, get dressed, go to work, you know, uh, hate the people you work with, eat a lunch that you don't want to eat. You come home, you cook dinner and you're tired. And the same thing happens over and over and over again. What he talks about is you have to change your thoughts, you have to change your behaviors. That will give you a different feeling, a and that feeling at first will be uncomfortable because it's not familiar to you. But in order to change, you have to change your thoughts, your behaviors, and your feelings. You have to change how you feel about certain thoughts. And when you have these repetitive thoughts and behaviors and feelings, it creates beliefs. And then when you have a belief that you are a certain person, I am a type A person. I have diabetes. I have ADHD. When you keep saying that, that's what you become, and you get tied to that past. If you want a different future, you have to break away from that. And the only time you can really break away from that is when you're in meditation, is when you can get rid of all of the outside influences that remind you of your past. You have to go into this deep inner temple. You have to meditate there, and that will give you direction of how you can change your future. It can connect you to your purpose, and that purpose connects you to your future. So that's it in a nutshell. But let's keep going. Let me see what the next slide is. All right. So yeah, so it was 35 hours. We did 17 meditations over that week. Now, I will tell you, and he knows this, the first couple of days, I mean, we were in there for an hour meditating with other people, and it's hard. You start to think about how cold it is in the room. You start to think about, what snacks are they going to have after. It's tough, but he breaks you. You have to break through that. And he knows that. And so the first 3 days, it'd be the first 2 days, is 1 hour a day. And he's like, you have to push through that point where you want to get up and do something. You got to push through it, push, push, push. And so that's what you do. So by that third day, we were meditating for over 2 hours and it felt like 20 minutes. So it's all about practice. And he talks about you have to get in love with that feeling of a quiet mind. We are in love with a mind that is racing all the time. We want to do multiple things at multiple times. What do you call multitasking? That's what I was trying to think of. No one multitasks well. Okay. You cannot divide your energy and think you're going to do anything well. So we got to get rid of this. We've got to do everything for everybody. We've got to do all these things. You have to be aware of the fact that you're doing it, and then you have to clear all of that stuff out. So that's what he was trying to teach us, how to be in love with a quiet mind and get over the familiarity of a busy mind. And again, we think busyness leads to productivity, but it doesn't. Clarity leads to productivity. I became very clear on what I wanted this ageless blueprint to be. And till I became clear about it, I couldn't do the podcast. I talked about this podcast for 4 or 5 months, but it took 4 or 5 months of clarity and